Design Biology Forensic Evaluation Protocol, DBFEP, a tool for auditing scientific arguments. Hello everyone, Dr. Dan Mason here with my new Design Biology Forensic Evaluation Protocol, which is a method for reading scientific writing with discipline. It separates what a passage actually shows from what it infers, what it demonstrates from what it assumes, and what is testable from what is declared as a rule. The protocol does not argue for a designer. It serves as epistemic hygiene. Anyone can copy the rules and apply them to any paragraph from a book, paper, or post to see what holds up. This is part 1. The protocol stays neutral across frameworks. Use it on naturalistic evolution, design-based explanations, self-organization models, or any other view. Claims that assert sufficiency, necessity, or case closed receive the same treatment. Claim typing, evidence chain, constraints, and failure conditions. Page numbers in books vary by edition. Searchable anchor phrases let readers verify wording in their own copy. Note your page or Kindle location after searching the phrase. The protocol treats scientific claims like testimony in an investigation. It types every sentence before assigning credit. It requires an explicit evidence chain for inference claims, including assumptions and failure conditions. It separates plausible narrative from demonstrated capacity under real constraints. It checks systems integration and information handling demands when a claim addresses organized function. It grades claims' strength on an escalation ladder so it can report calmly and repeatably whether a passage describes data, makes an inference, asserts sufficiency, or uses boundary and closure language. It does not label views wrong based on naturalism or non-naturalism. It limits what counts as evidential support at each level. Every sentence receives one type before it earns credit. Observation is a reported finding or absence. Measurement is a quantified result. Mechanism demonstrated is a repeatable cause shown under stated conditions. Historical inference is a conclusion about the past from present traces. Boundary rule is a statement about admissible explanation or method rules. Rhetorical closure is case-closed language that adds confidence, not tests. Observations differ from inferences. Demonstrated mechanisms differ from boundary rules. Rhetorical closure differs from tests. For inference claims, fill 4 fields. Evidence cited is what the author points to. Inference step is how the evidence implies the claim. Hidden assumption is what must hold for the step to work. Failure condition is what observation counts as failure. If no clear failure condition exists, the claim may persuade but does not earn severe test strength. When a claim addresses complex function, map the system. Identify parts that must coordinate. Identify interfaces that must match. Identify control loops that stabilize function. Identify the integration threshold. Does function appear only after a minimum set exists? Apply this rule to claims about working biological systems, not single parts. If a passage skips system requirements, it offers overview, not demonstration. When a claim relies on control, regulation, coding-like coordination, or information language, operationalize it. Where is the control-relevant state stored? How is it copied or transmitted? What noise corrupts it? What corrects errors? What fidelity is required for function to persist? The protocol assumes no sender, intention, or semantic purpose. Information means constraints and states that reliably control outcomes through a channel under noise, with fidelity requirements. Claims that depend on regulation-like outcomes need measurable, failure-capable specifications rather than metaphor. A plausible narrative does not equal demonstrated capacity. When a mechanism is said to explain a high-level outcome, ask what that mechanism has actually produced under relevant constraints. Level 3 capacity requires repeatable cause and effect, at the same organizational level under stated conditions. Level 4 extrapolation requires a stated bridge argument plus explicit scaling assumptions. Level 5 sufficiency requires a defined target system, a stepwise pathway with intermediates, measurable function at each step, stated constraints, and disconfirmers that force revision. Grade claim size. Larger claims demand stronger support. Level 1 is description. Level 2 is correlation. Level 3 is mechanism shown at the same organizational level. Level 4 is extrapolation across levels. Level 5 is sufficiency claim. Level 6 is necessity claim. Level 7 is closure or gatekeeping. The latter states what a claim owes the reader. Higher levels require clearer constraints and failure criteria. Treat a mechanism claim like a program to scale. Supply a logic model. Goal is the outcome explained. Outputs are step-by-step products that must appear. Metrics are success measures per step. Constraints are limits to satisfy. Stop rules are outcomes that trigger revision or termination. Scaling demands a plan, milestones, constraints, and stop rules. Two independent readers should largely agree on claim typing, bin placement, and escalation level for the same excerpt. Disagreement signals a definition to tighten, not a debate win. The boundary and premise audit detects when a text blends boundary rules, worldview premises, or rhetorical closure into empirical reporting without an experimental hinge that could fail. It does not read motives. Science tests mechanisms and measures outcomes. Boundary rules and premises are allowed, but must be labeled as such, not counted as evidence. Scan for necessity language without a hinge. Time used as substitute for mechanism. Category shifts without a bridge. Story glue words and authority swaps. These are markers. Ask what measurement would make this false. Bin each highlighted sentence into observation, measurement, mechanism demonstrated, inference from evidence, or worldview premise or boundary rule. Add disconfirmer and upgrade requirement. Leakage score runs from 0 to 5. 0 is pure observation or description. 1 is mild interpretation with clear data linkage. 2 is strong inference with weak disconfirmation. 3 is time or probability language used as a substitute for a missing mechanism or constraints. 4 are necessity or sufficiency claims presented without matching failure-capable tests at the same claim level. 5 is explicit boundary rules or metaphysical certainty presented as if they were empirical results.